characterize the successful luxury brands of the 22nd century are that they will be elitist, empathetic, immediate, social, and youthful.
The digital media was viewed as more mass market than anything else. But what's happened is, as broadband has come into place and has allowed us to create more rich media types of experiences, there's been an explosion in the quality or the ability to create luxury experience, frankly, in the digital space.
2, 3, 4 years ago, you didn't really have much activity in the Facebook and Twitter worlds. People spend a lot of time on those sites. So there's really, a very impressive amount of growth there. But it's not just kids. And that's a big myth. It's a cliche that it's teenagers and college students spending all of this time online. In fact, the sort of hidden fact is that the fastest growing segment of online use is in the baby boomer segment.
You people make wealth porn. Your products are wealth porn. So why put a little advertisement on our site and say, please look over here, Porsche, we have a new car. Come to our site and check it out. Why do that? Help us make a great slideshow talking about how awesome the Porsche 911 that Scott wants to buy is. Here are the fabulous features. Here are the super sexy looking photographs. I guarantee you that our readers, many of whom have the money to afford these things, would click through that all day long.
We can't think of each other as consumers anymore. We have to think of each other as co-authors or co-contributors, because we're really looking for not that advertising message, we're looking for a dialogue, something where we can feel that we're in some kind of cooperation, not simply part of a corporate identity, because as was said before, you can have a transaction anywhere, anytime, at any price. What we're looking for is some kind of transformation.
For any of you out there who believe print is dead, I would like to offer a new formulation. And really what it is a switch in preposition. The question is not print or other media, but rather print and other media.
The context and the way that we're doing business today and the way that brands are being formulated are going through a paradigm shift. And the days of doing consumer research and trying to understand the customer or understand the customer experience and then forcing that message down isn't necessarily going to work the same way. And that the more organic approach of looking up and looking down and looking sideways and looking around the world, those are where the ideas are coming from.
It's about interests and communities. Don't focus on the product itself. Try to understand what are the communities of interest to which your customers belong and to find a way to connect with them there. It's about consumer insights. It's about being smart and proactive at capturing all the mundane pieces of data that, when rolled up together, can create a very holistic 360-degree picture of who your customer, in fact, is.
For companies such as the Estee Lauder companies or any luxury company, ultimately to be successful for the next generation, if you're not living as part of a conversation within a community, you're not alive at all.
Core belief. You create value by finding a big, ugly problem that you're passionate about solving, and then just attacking it.
And as we say, water changes everything. It brings the communities back together. It brings dignity to the women. It brings time back to the communities. 40 billion hours are wasted in Africa just walking for water. Puts the kids back in school and radically transforms the health of these communities at the cost of $5,000 to $15,000.
That's the picture I love the most. That's a picture from the beginning of the 20th century. That's the picture I love the most because 100 years later, that's the same picture. We are all kids at heart. And what we need to bring back in every single thing we do, whether we use the internet, whether we use the digital world, everything, it's that special experience, that special wow effect that we need to put in every single one of us. And this is an everyday work, something that we did recently, Cirque du Soleil partnership, Audemars Piguet and Cirque du Soleil, we enter into a worldwide relationship. Again, we had 50 people that came to see an amazing show, and we are all, again, 8 years old.
And when you wear Mitsuko, Chanel No. 5, Chiqui, L'Heure Bleue, in a sense, the perfume is wearing you. You're the transport system, and it's fine. But it's another way of doing things. And people come to you and they say, oh, your perfume smells fabulous. And maybe it does. Opium smells fabulous. It really, really does. But you smell this, Os Mathieunan. And people don't say, oh, your perfume smells fabulous. They come up to you, it's differently engineered. It's more translucent. It is subtler. It's about you, not about le maître. And people say to you, oh, you smell wonderful. And I think that's what I would posit that that's what the new luxury is about.
This is Christian Louboutin, the shoe designer in his home, and this is his studio in Paris, which was, it's a really creative space. And I really like photographing Christian and his work because it's really, it really reflects he's a really colorful guy, really has a lot of energy. He has a trapeze in his atelier, literally.
This is the world in which we now live, fresh, distributed, fragmented. As a brand, I believe you are now conductors. And your musicians and your audience are now part of your performance. And I really would encourage you to think about yourselves, particularly CMOs, in that way.
In order to predict the future, you have to invent it. Don't be at the mercy of market forces. Decide what you want your future to be, and then go out and make it happen.